Hi, I'm Shashank and I'm a technical evangelist intern at Microsoft South Africa. In this video, I will show you how to implement Scrum in Team Foundation Service. The prerequisite for implementing Scrum on Team Foundation Service is to have a Team Foundation Service account. So I will first show you how to create Team Foundation Service account. To create a Team Foundation Service account, you need to go to tfs.visualstudio.com and then click on Sign up for free. Your click on Sign up for free will redirect you to a Visual Studio sign up page whereby you need to enter your Microsoft account credential. In my case, I will enter my Microsoft account credential, which is TFS Scrum at outlook.com and my password. Click on sign in page will redirect us to TFS account creation page whereby I need to specify my full name, my country and the desired account URL to access my TFS account. My name, my country and a desired account URL to access TFS account. So I would say TFS Scrum demo project. So basically now I will click on create account, which will redirect us to this particular URL whereby I can create as many as project I want to. So it'll take a while. So this is my TFS account where I can create as many as project I want to create. So I will name my first project as Scrum demo and describe it as implementation of Scrum on TFS, and I will leave process template as Microsoft Visual Studio Scrum 2013 and will click on create project. Now you might be wondering why I left process template as a Scrum. It's because process template Microsoft Visual Studio Scrum 2013 uses Scrum terminology like sprint, iteration, backlog, which make it a lot easier for the team to maintain the Scrum project. So let's give it some time. So yeah, now my project is created. So as we all know in Scrum, requirement base is called as product backlog, which is here addressed as backlog. So to to manage the product backlog item, I need to go into the backlog. So click on backlog will redirect me to product backlog page whereby I can enter product backlog items. So as you can see, you can choose the type. So I would say it's a product backlog item, and basically on this page I can add as many as a product backlog item I want to, but for now I will add only two product backlog item. So I would say login page, I will click add, and then I would say mailbox and click add. So this process rings, and this orange line basically indicates us that Team Foundation Service is busy performing some task. So to add additional information to the backlog item, you just need to double click on the backlog item. So I double click. So basically it says uh, if you want to add some tags to that particular item, you can add it from here. For example, I add it as username password, so which will make it easier to search for this particular product backlog item. You can choose the iteration for the demo. Could be like in which iteration you want to add into. So for example, if you want to add into release 1, you can choose it. Over here you can assign it to one of the team member. You can assign this particular backlog item to one of your team member. So as I'm the only person in this team, so I will assign this to me, but at later stage I will show you how to add members to the team. State, I would say I will change the state from new to approved. Basically the flow goes from new to approved to committed to done. But now I will say it has been approved from the product owner. And remember, the product backlog is maintained by the concern of the product owner. So if you're adding something to the product backlog item, is is first discussed with the product owner, then only typed in into the, or can say then only entered into the product backlog. Uh, yeah. So as you can see over here, reason is approved by the product owner. So it is TFS is following the flow of the Scrum methodology. So it the TFS knows that if it is approved, it is approved by the product owner. That's why by default it is giving you the reason that approved by the product owner. Over here you can type a quick description of the item in storyboard. You can start storyboarding, like on click of storyboarding, it will launch PowerPoint on your system, from where you can start storyboarding. Right, test cases, you can link and you can add test cases. And task, so task basically I will tell you once I will take you through the sprint. So I will tell you how tasks are linked with the product backlog items. So basically now next comes as effort. For example, let's assume it will take 14 hours, and area is come demo and backlog priority. So basically team basically the priority is managed by the TFS itself. So uh, you don't need to basically worry about the backlog priority, because the TFS actually work out the backlog priority based on the sequence order of the backlog items in product backlog. So to give you insight how does TFS work out the priority on base the sequence order, I will click on save and close and quickly change the order of the backlog items. So I will put mailbox uh, above the login page. So if you go and observe the priority of login page, it's one some I don't know, it's 10000 something, and the priority of mailbox is 999 something, which is lesser than the priority of the login page. So this is how the TFS work out the priorities. So I will reorder it. So now once the product backlog is ready and up to date, the team basically set up a sprint planning meeting. So in a planning meeting, the team decide the end and start date of the sprint, and there they also decide in what product backlog item they need to deal or they need to finish into that particular sprint. And the third point is what they want to achieve at the end of at the end of the sprint. So basically, to add to define the or to give the start and end date to the sprint, you need to go to administrator accounts. Over there, you need to go under iteration tabs, and there you can you can set the date. So basically, for a sprint one, I can set the date. So I would say um, from 11th to Friday, because in Scrum basically one sprint lasts in a week or 2 weeks. So I will save and close it. So basically, in under iterations, you can also add a new sprint. For example, your release one needs 7 sprints, so you can add a new sprint as well. So I would say by clicking on new child, I would say the iteration name would be sprint 7, and then I will say save and close. So if you can see, I have got sprint 1, sprint 7 under release 1. So basically these checked sprint appears under appears in the uh, product backlog page. So if you can see, current is sprint 1 and future one are sprint 2, 3, 4, 5. And the best part is, if you basically TFS has got a functionality which can forecast for you under which sprint you can put in which product backlog item. So if I click on forecast on, it will say okay, fine, this can go into sprint 3 on based on velocity 10. So yeah, so basically by clicking on forecast, you can determine, or TFS determines uh, which product or which product backlog item you need to put in which sprint, sorry. So yeah, after setting up the start and end date of this sprint, uh, you basically go in backlog items and choose a product, or choose a product backlog item which you need to uh, tackle in the sprint. So for example, the sprint planning in sprint planning meeting, they decided to take a login page, and to add that login page under sprint 1, you just need to drag and drop it on the sprint 1. So as I double click on sprint 1, it will show me the login page as the backlog, in like as a sprint backlog item, which has been approved and which is assigned to Shashank Khatri, which I showed you how I assigned it to me. So yeah, talking uh, before taking you guys through the sprint 1, I will first show you how to add team members into the team. So basically, you have to go under overview tab and click on Scrum demo team, and over there you can add team members. So basically, you see add user, and you can type username. I would say you can type the email address of that particular of your teammate, and then click on save and save changes, and it will save the changes. So I would say uh, it's me again, and click. So it will show you, okay, this guy has been added. Now I'll go back here. Now basically, the best part of uh, TFS is you can actually uh, say that so and so person will work for so and so hours. So by defining those dates, by defining those hours, TFS automatically work out how many hours a team has to finish that particular sprint or to finish that particular task. So for example, I would say Khatri.Shashank can work for 8 hours per day and Shashank Khatri work for 8 hours per day. So if you see here, it has the TFS automatically worked out the the hours which a team has. So for example, it actually accumulated the hours for Khatri.Shashank and Shashank Khatri and said, okay, 80 hours, and 0 hours has been assigned to anyone so far. And if for example, Khatri.Shashank is going on leave for 2 days, I would say from 14th to 17th. So basically, in under so there is a weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 16th and 17th. So I would say, okay, so it is giving me under the end date is not valid. You must specify an end date that is on or out between the start date. So I will choose 15 for the end date. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going for leave for 3 days. The Khatri.Shashank is going for leave on 3 days. So Khatri.Shashank has only 16 hours left now. So this is how the previously, if you have observed, it was 80 hours. Now it is 56 hours. So this is the beauty of Team Foundation. It basically work out all the remaining hours and the hours which a team has to complete a task or a release. I'll click on save and go back to backlog item. So now under login page I will add a task and say talk to database, right? I'd say assign to. So if you see now, I've got two user, Khatri.Shashank and Shashank Khatri. I will assign it to Shashank Khatri and I would say remaining work is of 8 hours. Backlog priority I would say 1. Activity I would say uh, development, and is a new task. Okay, fine. Over here I can provide a description and history. If any history is there, I can attach the screenshot or whatever I want to, and then I will click on save and close. So if you can see now, Shashank Khatri, work by assigned to Shashank Khatri, and the team is basically it's saying like out of 56 hour, 8 hour has been assigned to someone. So by doing that, it is as like 8 hour has assigned to me, and now I can, as we do in a Scrum, like daily stand-up meeting, we have got a storyboard, and then we drag the, like if we are doing something, then we drag the story from to do to in under progress to done. So which this the same thing can be handled under board on TFS. So basically, if you can see, to do is 8 hours. I can change the hours to 3. Now I can drag it to in progress. Then once it's done, like once I'm done with talk to database, then I will drop it to done. So talk to database has been completed now. If you go there, if you see, now everything is like the TFS automatically recalculated everything. So it is now showing unassigned is 56 hours. Team has got 56 hours now. Shashank Khatri has 40 hours and he has done that thing. And that is all it. So basically this is how you can implement Scrum on TFS. If you have any questions regarding this video, then you can tweet your question at my Twitter handle, which is at @shashankkhatri_. You can comment your question on my blog post, and you can shoot me your question on my mail address, which is v-shkhat@microsoft.com. And if you want to learn more about Scrum, then you can visit my blog as well. I have blogged about uh, Scrum as well, so you can go through what Scrum means and how is it useful in software development. So that is all it. Thanks and good luck.